Welcome along then to round 4. We're in season 4 of this Williams career mode, bringing Williams to the front of the grid. Now, it's been a tremendous start so far. Spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1. We have won 3 races so far, with Lance Stroll absolutely dominating the championship so far. 76 points, Theo 50 points, so we are 1-2, and we're doing very nicely in the constructors as well. So amidst the big team changes, we are looking very good. We're heading off to Azerbaijan then for qualifying. It's a sprint race as well. Can we score big points? Can we score extra points in the sprint? We're going to find out as we'll get through practice and start our qualifying. So here we go, we enter qualifying. Now, I do have a small concern as we've basically gone ahead straight into this race, as you've seen. I feel like I had parts which were going to improve us and didn't put them on the car for Baku. That might be, even though we're in season 4, a bit of a rookie mistake. Because I'm sure Baku, there's a big gap in terms of time. And I reckon that might have just gonna, or could even cost us going forward, as we've got a new sub to the channel. But we're going to carry on through, and we're going to see what sort of lap times. We're second ahead of Alfa Romeo. I mean, that's encouragement. So in qualifying then, it's set up. Look at the time that Max Verstappen has put in. A 1:42.6. That is unbelievable. Zhou Guanyu and the Aston Martin now comes through. Sainz splits our Williams drivers. Wow, maybe Max Verstappen has got some massive upgrades on his car, and we potentially have shot ourselves in the front as we go in to Q2, and we're going to see what we can do. Maybe we can go on used tyres and make it through. Doesn't necessarily have to. We'll go to new, and what we'll do is we will send these straight out. There's one, there's two. Quite a lot of traffic then coming out in these early stages. We're stuck actually right behind 2 Hasses, which is pretty annoying because we're going to be relatively quicker than them. But we might get a slipstream, they might hold us up. It's going to be one or the other as we cross the line of 42.8. That's a better time, I feel. And we Stroll only 1/10 behind, even stuck behind 2 Hasses. That's not going to be, definitely going to be improvement. So with 3.5 minutes to go, we're only going to bring you the Q3 actual lap. But we've just sent them out on used tyres just to see what happens. I mean, they are improving, and they do improve with Stroll. Porsche coming across as well, just coming down the straight, bit of a gap between the two. Does he improve across the line? No, he doesn't, but Max Verstappen only P9 at the moment. Is he going to survive his Max? Yes, he does. He puts himself on Q2 P1. Leclerc, big danger. Leclerc, not improved in the first sector. Is the Red Bull going out in Q2? How do they do? Is yellow as well? I think that could see Charles Leclerc taking a big drop out in P11. He's not improved. He's pulling along the Ferrari of Lando Norris. He is going for a lap, is the Red Bull. Will he get through Charles Leclerc? No, Red Bull is out in Q2. At least one of them. And that is massive for us. Charles Leclerc out, Gasly's out, Norris out in the Ferrari. And now we set our sights quite nicely on that dominant Max Verstappen, who is unbelievable at the moment in these sessions. Let's see what we can do. We're going to go early. Let's get you round, and what we'll do is we'll go on board for this lap. Everyone is now out, so we're not going to get held up. We've got Porsche sitting nicely just behind Stroll, and that means Porsche is going to get a lovely little tow into this race as subscribers are flying through. It's very much appreciated. But let's see what we do in this F1 Manager 4th race of the season. Will we improve through Sector 1? I mean, we haven't done a lap, so obviously 35.7 versus a 35.7. Pretty equal match. Max Verstappen, used tyres by the look for Max Verstappen. can we hold on? Getting a bit dark around this circuit as this Gulf Livery Williams, beautiful, one of my favourite liveries out there, and we're going to lead these home. Middle sectors 41-0, 41-1. Pourchaire now losing the advantage, but will he gain that back down the straight? Let's look at any sectors. Verstappen's gone green, he's not gone purple, and across the line we go. It is Stroll takes provisional pole at the moment, 9 thousandths of a tenth ahead of Pourchaire. Verstappen, I think he's on used tyres, and he's going even faster. Max Verstappen crosses the line, goes first. Look at the gap. Oh, I think we've bottled it. I think we forgot to put the good parts on. So here we go then. We are going out on... So the rubber has got higher. The grip is high as well. So that means it's going to be faster lap times. Now Verstappen is ahead of us on track, so we'll know what we've got to do by the time he gets round. Sainz have split us off the front row. Verstappen's on new tyres now. So Sainz, we've got to find time. It is just over a tenth from Verstappen to Sainz. It's around 2 tenths to us. But we've got to find time. And we're going to watch the intervals here. No, sorry, the sectors. And see what happens. Where is Verstappen? He's just going down the straight now to start his lap. So this is a crucial pole position, because we'll go into the sprint race either in a great position or on the second row as it stands. Where's Stroll and Pourchaire coming down the straight? They'll be one of the last cars. So Zhou Guanyu is improving out there, as now we go on board with Lance Stroll, the championship leader, for his final run of Q3. Verstappen's not improved through the first sector. That is great. Russell is improving at the back in P10. And as we come through our first sector, Stroll goes purple. Now Pourchaire goes purple. So maybe we just didn't time the run the best we could have, and we have a chance. Sainz has improved through the middle sector. Verstappen is not improving, and Sainz doesn't improve. Stays P2. But what can we do? As we come down to the end of sector 2, checkered flag is out. Can we get middle sector? Stroll goes green. Pourchaire goes green. This is going to be close all the way to the line. Max Verstappen doesn't improve, of course. Carlos Sainz stays P2. Can we upset him? 3 tenths to find with Lance Stroll. Oh, he's so close. No! 0.010. Theo Pourchaire misses out on pole position. And Stroll under a tenth as well in P3. Oh, agonisingly close to a pole position. And we have to settle down to P2 and P3, which I'm pretty happy with. I mean, I will simulate the practice session and we'll get into this sprint race up and coming. As Max Verstappen only 5th in practice. And here we go. It is time for the sprint race. Can we? I mean, we've dominated every race so far. We've won every race. But we've got to win this one. And it's going to be soft tyres for both cars. No stops. We're going to go fuel fine. We are going to go attacking off the start. Of course, we want to get as far as ahead as we can. If we can. So here we go. It is time.
Now's the time for the sprint here in Baku.
Can we start well?
And it's lights out.
Red Bull on the right.
Away we go.
Us on the left. Stroll, Pourchaire make it through the first corner absolutely fine. We'll go on board with Sainz so we can watch them. And as we go down the straight, as we approach turn 3, is Lance Stroll all over the back of the Red Bull. Stroll behind Verstappen, Pourchaire. There's a Haas in P5. Where is Leclerc? Leclerc's still P11. He hasn't made any ground, so to speak, on lap number 1. We are just going to keep in with our ERS keeping us at bay here. Now, because it's a sprint race, you will get DRS after lap 1. So as we come through turn 1 and turn 2, we will get a nice pursuit of DRS. But we've got to keep within. Now, what we do is we're down to standard and standard in the hope. I mean, Pourchaire, we've probably not been able to do this that good. But here already is a run by Lance Stroll. DRS now enabled. Now, Pourchaire might be in a little trouble, but it's okay. Here we go again. It is Stroll time as he comes through. Can he come through? Side by side they go. Proper championship battle. Round the outside, Max Verstappen holds on. But looking like it's going to be, could be, a particular good race here. We're going to keep them pushing. Pourchaire we've got just on the back now as well. Let's go back to Stroll. And what we'll do is we'll just top up. We'll let DRS keep us within 6 tenths, 7 tenths. Don't drop out. Don't drop out. Have we messed that one up? Because Max Verstappen is still pushing. We're saving our tyres a little bit better. But did that just drop us? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So Max Verstappen continues to push. 1.2 seconds is the gap. We're not gonna hit it too hard at the minute. We're just gonna keep looking after. And it's only around that 1 second. What I might do is just attack now. Get back within DRS because Verstappen will slow the push down. Pourchaire has dropped a bit further back than I would like. We're going to move him back to attack him. Stroll, 1.1. Can he get that within a second? 9 tenths, 8 tenths. Done really well as the battery that we want to top up is now empty. So we'll go back down to standard. DRS will pull us along. Pourchaire going okay as well. 1 second is the gap, falling all the time, look. And so is it Stroll's, only 4 tenths behind. And now Pourchaire is coming back at the Mercedes ahead. But that's going to creep out just of the DRS zone, I believe. Stroll now catching Verstappen here on lap 4. He's going to look to the inside but can't get the job done. Tyres 3% better as it stands. Pourchaire 1.2 seconds behind. 4 tenths Albon is behind. Can we deploy? Can we close that gap? Can we get back to DRS? Tricky little opening here. And after that push then, we've got Pourchaire back to within a second, or around a second, just holding on. Tyres looking okay. Stroll under a second. Does he get DRS? No. Yes, he does get it. So he is now closing. And maybe we are just coming into the race now. Verstappen's race pace maybe not as strong as we thought it was compared to his qualifying pace. He gets a good exit out of turn 2 as we then attack turn 3 and we really do close up. Still 1.2 seconds for Pourchaire though. And we are going to leave that on aggressive. Let's push a little bit of fuel as well. Let's push ERS. See if we can get within a second. Stroll is comfortably within a second now. And he's topping up, looking after everything. And that is looking very handy. Can Pourchaire close the gap? 1.2. Just doesn't seem to have it in him at the moment. 1.3 and 1.4. So I think we just top up with him, let him stretch. As Stroll now is coming after Max Verstappen. Huge already in the championship as Stroll leads the way. And he's going to go round the outside. He's going to get squeezed, is he? Oh, not quite, but now as we go down towards turn 3, Lance Stroll has hit the front. Beautiful, beautiful move for Lance Stroll. Remember, this is only the sprint race, and now we're ahead. Topping up, looking after everything. Still got 3% tyres better than Max Verstappen. Pourchaire, still 1.2 seconds. He just cannot gain enough time on Carlos Sainz to be able to get DRS. 1 second now tumbling as we deploy the last remaining bits of our ERS, and is still at a second. Just can't get within. Stroll and Verstappen down the straight. Here we go. On lap 7, they are tucked right up to the back of each other. Can Stroll hold on? Verstappen's gone early for a move on the inside. They go side by side. Who's going to come out on top? As we go into turn 2, it is Max Verstappen who I think gets DRS as well. And he is going to pull clear. I mean, only just though. He's not pulling that much. Stroll's not happy, but we are looking after our power unit. And Pourchaire is a man on a mission on lap 11. He is screamed up to the back of Carlos Sainz, and you don't overtake through there, as where Charles Leclerc once had a big issue. Verstappen is bang there with us. You can see Stroll leads at the moment. Pourchaire is in a beautiful position to make a move as well if we can get a run. Verstappen's going to get a run all the way down this straight and into turn 1 and 2. He moves to the left hand side. He's not going to get through at that point, but what about our man Pourchaire? Round the outside. Can't get the move done, but he will get DRS. Hopefully he'll squeeze through. He does. Verstappen gets through as well, but Pourchaire is past Carlos Sainz, so it's P2 and P3, and these two out front are now just allowing, hopefully, Pourchaire to close the gap. We're going to push Pourchaire because it's 4 tenths at the moment. We need to get out of that DRS zone, that 1 second time, as quick as possible, and you can see already he's really stretching now. Let's look after our tyres whilst we're sat behind Max. And a great move. Great work by Pourchaire to get that to 1.5 seconds. Stroll, we're looking after tyres, playing the waiting game on lap 13 because we're going to sit within DRS and we're going to be fine. And you can see as we come out turn 2. We're not far off Pourchaire. We're not closing because we're looking after tyres, but still doesn't stop us getting to the back of the Red Bull. Lap 13, Pourchaire trying to close the gap as well. 3 laps to go in the sprint. We are very good on tyres. We're probably going to pull the pin 2 laps to go. Pourchaire, I'm going to go attack him. I'm going to let him try. 5.9 seconds is a lot of time. Pourchaire, wow, where did Sainz come from? I thought he was clear. And suddenly, maybe they're just starting to attack. Let's attack with Stroll then. Stroll within 7 tenths. Let's deploy. Let's deploy with Pourchaire. Trying to keep that car behind. What about Stroll? Let's top up because turn 3 is a beautiful chance to overtake. If we get DRS, we will get DRS. Pourchaire bang ahead of Sainz, but now we're back into the lead. Verstappen drops back in its beautiful speed from Lance Stroll, who now needs to push. Pourchaire has got Carlos Sainz right behind him. We're going to deploy through here, see if we can get out that DRS. It's crucial that Stroll gets a second ahead. And at the moment, he is, and is gaining purple times. Pourchaire is now a second ahead as well. Pourchaire pushing hard. Stroll pushing hard. 2.3. Look how quickly we have opened that gap up as we press the trigger. And now this is looking pretty good as Stroll comes down the straight. Let's keep deploying for the fastest lap. We should get that no problem now. Pourchaire has cleared, and there you go. There is the fastest lap. The final lap though is Lance Stroll's. Pourchaire is not a million miles away, 4.4, but the crucial part here is 4.2 seconds is the gap, and then a 2.1. There has been a yellow flag. There has been a crash.
Caution, debris.
Vasseur has crashed at turn 1. Richard Vasseur. And he's absolutely stacked it into the barrier. He's out in the sprint. Last lap as well. So yellow flags are out. And we can should be able to, I'm going to come off the fuel. We don't want any dramas like last season and the seasons before. But we are going to be good because we are going to come home. 4.3 seconds the gap now. Verstappen has absolutely dropped back, not using as much. I mean, we saved tyres early on, and it's going to be a great start to our weekend. With parts in the bank as well, because I feel like we forgot them. But Pourchaire is flying. He is absolutely flying, look, but it's just not going to be good enough. But Lance Stroll takes victory in the sprint. Verstappen second. Pourchaire coming home P3. Team are on fire. Verstappen tried his best, but in the end, Lance Stroll was just too good. Beautiful. And because now we're on our latest recording of this game, we will give you any podiums that we do take. But sprint we don't get them. It's mainly for the main race. Stroll up to Theo in third, picking up decent points as we head to the race. Gotta go again. Gotta go again. Mediums. It's got to be a one stop, isn't it? Let's try this a minute. See if a two stop is beneficial. Here's a two stop. Any good? It's probably 4 seconds faster, it's saying, than that. Two stop, I think it is. And I'm going to go same here. Soft. I'm going to just put them on the same strategy. Stretch that out. Two stop the way. Well, let's be quick. We're championship leading here. Let's be brave and fight for wins, and not just sit there on brave strategies, on like easy strategies. Let's go. Azerbaijan. Come on, team. Starting P1 and P3. Good starts needed against Max Verstappen. There he is. Right hand side as you look. Left hand side of the grid. And we will be hoping and praying for a good start. Where is Pourchaire? He's got Verstappen on the inside. Cut to the aerial view. Can he get ahead of Max Verstappen? It's showing he's up to P2. It's a straight line race to turn 3. And Pourchaire's through. Pourchaire in the Williams sits there beautifully and has managed to get up to P2. So brilliant start by our drivers to get away from the line, get ahead of Max Verstappen as well, and now we can absolutely set this two stop alight. What will Verstappen do? Will he go one stop? Will he go two stop? It will be remained to be seen. We'll top up down the straight on both cars already, and we're pulling away from Max Verstappen. It's around a second already as both of these cars absolutely fly, and we're going to put don't fight teammate because we don't want to lose any time. We're going to continue the push, which is 1.1 seconds, take a bit of life, bit of fuel out, and keep pushing along, because it's crucial that Leclerc, who we didn't see in the sprint get up many positions, but Leclerc is actually into P4, so he must have gained some great ground in that sprint race in that very fast Red Bull. Now it looks like Verstappen's struggling a little bit as we go through, and you can see Pourchaire and Stroll really opening the gap. 1.6 seconds now, 1.7, 2 seconds altogether, and these two are absolutely motoring. Now they will come back to us as we top up down the straight, and what we're going to do now is just cut down. So expect the cars behind to come back at us. 2 seconds is the gap. 93% as we get a new fastest lap then by Pourchaire. 1.8, you can see they're still pushing the Red Bull cars, and it is around that 1.6, 1.7. Clean air. Leclerc's closing all the time. But nice bit of team battle for them. That would be nice. Let's continue to attack, because the gap's closing, but I just want to keep it above a second if I can. That is all. Micromanaging. It's 1.2, 1.3, 1.4s at the minute. And we've pushed Stroll. Pourchaire's just lost a little bit of ground, but we've got to top up again. So both cars needing to top up. Both cars still sending it hard as we push down the straight. 1.5 seconds. Let's watch Leclerc then. Leclerc in P4. Where's he going to get to? Is he going to get a move on his teammate? Is he going to be allowed the old multi-34, we'll call it, or 43? 1.6 seconds. Russell's up to 7th. Norris down in P15 as Leclerc looks for a move. Now they are closing on Pourchaire. Pourchaire and Stroll just holding each other all up a little bit here. Not where we wanted to be. P1 and P2. For us is great, but we just wanted to stretch that clear as Max Verstappen will let them come closer. They are pushing slightly more. It is around a second though. Let's move forward. Let's just attack out of that corner. Micromanage time so we can improve it later on. 1.2 seconds now. The question is, does Verstappen go for a one stop or a two stop? Because if it's a one stop, we're going to have to come back at him. But we're going to push again. Pourchaire seemingly got great pace in this race. And if you wanted some great news, lap 7 sees Leclerc and Verstappen starting to hold each other up. Leclerc's got past Verstappen. No team orders here. Take each other out, please. And we've got a nice gap. Porsche still sat behind. We'll probably just go a bit lighter on the tyres here for Porsche. Stroll looking good in P1. But again, Leclerc 2.2 seconds behind Porsche. And we've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag in Sector 1. There's been a crash as the Red Bulls still go at each other. Esteban Ocon in the McLaren. Oh, it catches the corner of the Mercedes, number 77. Is that Bottas? It is Bottas. So, bit of damage to that car, but we're racing again. No safety cars, no VSCs. Still 2 seconds on lap 10. And now it's getting a little bit interesting. A couple of laps later, seems like the push from Red Bull has started because they are closing the gaps. And it is 1.5 seconds at the moment. We've entered the pit window, but we're going to come out in a fair bit of traffic at the moment. A lot of medium tyres that we would be stuck behind. So, on that note, I think we attack away a little bit, because we've got to look at the leader now. We're going to lose like 23, 24 seconds potentially, and that is around Yuki Tsunoda and Giovinazzi. We ideally want to get ahead of Norris in P12, who is currently 20 seconds behind. So we need to put a bit of pace on. I mean, we're looking good on tyres. And somehow Verstappen is flying. We are attacking, but he's got ahead of Porsche into P2. Max Verstappen has started his attack, and he is through past us into P2. But we are still continuing to push. Stroll is out there 1.1. Look at that, 21 seconds to Norris. Let's deploy. And let's deploy. See if we can get back into the P2. See if we can stretch that gap. 21. And here we go. Look at the speed Porsche has now got. Let's go back down to standard as we approach turn 1. Down the straight. Right behind. Oh, what did you have to give us that for? I know it's the optimum lap, but we're in a battle and a half as we look to try and go ahead. Still 21 seconds. We've got to get ahead of Ocon as a beautiful move with DRS, and we're back ahead. Let's keep pushing. And that was a lovely move. Top back up, just causing Verstappen a little bit of pain on lap 16. And we're going to continue to push because Stroll, I need to get him ahead of Norris. That is a beautiful gap. If we can get that to about 23 seconds, I'll pull the trigger. I think I'm sure Verstappen's about to pull the trigger on Porsche again. And that's up to 22.4. So we're managing this. We're going to top up down the straight. I know energy is low. Tyres are good though. We're going to go back down to balanced on the fuel. 23 seconds. So I think next lap then, we come back for some mediums. Porsche, whilst he's got Verstappen right behind him, we will continue to have him out. Keep pushing. And here goes Max Verstappen to take P2. Porsche going to try and come back at him, but he's doing okay, 56%. Verstappen's got better tyres, but maybe Max Verstappen going for the one stop. So it's one stop V2 stop in this race. Out of energy for Stroll, who's cleared 4.5 seconds. Most importantly, 24.5 seconds to Norris. Porsche's clear of Leclerc. And now he's going to get a nice trip down the straight with a bit of DRS. Let's look then, because Lance Stroll is about to come in for some medium tyres. Porsche's, I thought Verstappen was going in, but he's not. So we are probably one of the few cars that's doing the two-stop then. Maybe. Stroll, not too bad. Where are we going to get out ahead of? We're out ahead of Russell. It's even quicker than I thought it would do. That's a car that we have to get ahead of. Zhou Guanyu. It wasn't a 21, 24 second stop that I thought it would be. It's a lot quicker than that. As now, I mean, look at that. I mean, we could easily be one stop. Could easily be one stop here. But Stroll is in a bit of trouble because what them tyres, mediums for Zhou Guan Yu, that he's got to get ahead of. And he might get held up quite a bit. I didn't think we'd be in this battle. I thought we'd be behind. Pourchaire pits. You'll see the difference of how Pourchaire comes out compared to Stroll. None of these pit. But I think he is quicker though, Stroll. And he comes back out, Pourchaire P9. These three absolutely battling is going to cost us unless we can make a move. And we start with the Aston Martin of Zhou Guan Yu, who leaves the door open. Leaves it all open. This is chaos. Cars everywhere. But we have got a move done on the Aston Martin. And now Stroll is ahead of him. We've got one more Aston Martin. We've got a yellow flag out there as well. There is a crash.
And yep, it's the Haas that's affected.
The Haas has crashed for sure. Bad sprint. Got the AlphaTauri coming through on the left hand side. Oh, that's a big crash. Big crash. No safety car though. No safety car. Stroll can attack though on these tyres. What is the gap to the leader? Well, a couple of seconds ahead net, but they're looking like they're going for a one-stop, the Red Bulls. Time penalty has been hit for dangerous driving. The collision caused from Vasseur. Down the straight we go. P6. We close up. Got to get past this Aston Martin. He is going to be attacking the Alpine. But we need to make a move. Can we get both cars here? As we go to the outside, we get great exit. And we are ahead, I think, of Albon. Yes, we are. We could do with getting ahead again of this Alpine. I think we're going to go to the left-hand side this time. Yes, we are. This is not a place to overtake. Oh, and it's beautiful on Kevin. Kevin comes back at us, though. Using a bit of power unit, potentially. The ERS system. Stroll's going to give him DRS for good measure as well. But we're through. Magnussen on 52%. And he's going to come straight back at us. Leaders, still 15.8 seconds in front of us. This is going to be tough to hold on to, I feel. But, yeah, we're going to be very quick at the end. That's the only difference. As we knuckle down, see where we can get to. So on lap 24, this is where we sit. We are 11.7 seconds behind the Red Bulls. They are doing a one-stop quite comfortably. And they are probably going to go onto soft tyres. Probably not soft, they'll probably go to hard. So we should have a massive pace advantage at the end. We are lapping, I mean they are putting the pace up now, but you can see we're about 1.7 seconds quicker than Verstappen last time round. Leclerc put the pace on, and there you go, Red Bull are starting to push. 46.1 for Leclerc, 47.2. They're going to be coming in for a pit stop. As we do a 47.7 and Pourchaire does a 48.1. So we're going to attack with the tyres. We don't need to push too much, but definitely now the Red Bulls are sensing that they're going to come into the pit stop time. We can push on some ERS and try and help our times a little bit. But Leclerc is sat right behind them, and ultimately I think Pourchaire is right on the cusp of them pitting. 17.6 seconds. We will push Stroll and try and close it, and then we'll top up as we come out the corner. So we've used all our energy to do that, to close the gap. Verstappen now pits. Leclerc goes on. So Verstappen, being the first car, gets prime, and he goes for mediums. Sorry, yes, of course they can go to soft mediums. Totally forgot why I was thinking they were on mediums. And there is Pourchaire. Oh, this doesn't look good, does it? This doesn't look great for us. This one stop of Red Bull versus our two stop. I mean, they've still got to do a long way. And we might be very fast at the end of this Grand Prix. But lap 26, we're going to get Leclerc in the pit shortly. Yeah, this is going to be interesting of who's got the right strategy at the right time. So Leclerc pits. And it's a decent pit stop, I think, for Leclerc. So Pourchaire is going to drop quite a bit back. He's only 2.6 seconds quicker than Verstappen, or in terms of the gap at the moment, which is going to be painful. Now, we can pull the trigger early if we want. There's still a long way to go. We're only on lap 28, but it's 7.3 seconds from Stroll to Pourchaire. And Verstappen
So here we go.
has got
Into turn
Pourchaire.
one.
Fresher mediums
Opens up for them.
against the older mediums. He's gone to the right-hand side, down the straight, and he's passed us with ease. Pourchaire can't fight back at that point. Pourchaire can fight back, but he's got to stay within this. I mean, we're going to drop quite a bit back. Luckily, Sainz shouldn't be a problem for us. But Verstappen's pushing quite hard, 88%. 20 laps to go still. Soft tyres, I think, could still be the play. And you are joking me. Pourchaire has binned it. Pourchaire, in the moment of doing quite nicely.
Second corner. The car makes contact. And that's
You are
not what they would have
joking
had
me.
in mind when they woke up this morning.
Theo! Oh my god, and he's got some major front wing damage as well. Oh no, one front wing left. That's decent. We're going to have to go softs. Why? We were comfortable. We were doing okay. Until you binned it. Oh. Oh no. Why, Theo? Why? I don't want to push the tyres too much. We don't want an Austin where we lose tyres. And we've got VSC. VSC, that's a pit stop time. That's a pit stop for Stroll.
Crash ahead, crash ahead.
Someone's crashed.
This is debris for a front wing, it shouldn't be too long.
Is it us?
Now what's happened with
Gasly has crashed on turn 1. So VSC might have just saved Pourchaire. Oh, he loses it. We've seen that happen for sure in the sprint. And now, maybe Pourchaire's going to get a little bit lucky. DRS disabled. We're going to gain everything we can back. Stroll's in. Nice pit stop. Pourchaire drops a few positions. But, soft tyres. Let's bring these tyres up to temperature. Can't believe you binned it, Pourchaire. And we're about to get racing.
Virtual safety car ending.
I'm not going to push these softs too hard. Stroll, 10 seconds. Could have gone to... I don't think I had any mediums anyway. And we're racing again then. Soft tyres to go the distance. We did almost go 18 laps, so we shouldn't be a problem. Pourchaire, I mean, these are used tyres. 7.3 is the gap.
Good.
He's got Magnussen right behind him. Pourchaire's got work to do. We are still... don't want to be topping up everything. Get off that. See what we can do. Can't believe he binned it. And he sat down now in P8. The Stroll 7.6. We're just going to manage that on the softs. And hopefully we can close that gap. As we say that, Charles Leclerc has just absolutely flew past
Let's
Stroll.
take a closer look. And it was involving Leclerc this
And
time.
it's turn 2.
The opportunities there.
Round the outside and then DRS on the mediums as well, remember. But let's not attack. Is this a reality check? It's not too far the gap out front. It's only 7.4. We'll let Leclerc push because we're going to manage these tyres nicely and attack later on. Neutral power unit. 1.6. Pourchaire's dropped 2 seconds. Is he struggling with chassis and suspension damage? Chances are yes he is. He's got Kevin Magnussen all over the back of him now. We're going to need a bit of luck, I feel, if we want to close this down. But surely Kevin Magnussen gets past us here. Pourchaire, why did you have to bin it? He is coming back though. Remember, he's on fresher tyres. And somehow, is it the damage that Kevin Magnussen suddenly just bolts back past us in the Alpine? And DRS is going to play a part. He's got back through. I won't show you because it's just an easy move. But the gap is tumbling out front now. 5.4 seconds. We are closing. If they do have to pit, which I don't think they will, but it might not be that bad. We've had a bit of drama. We still want to pick up the win though if we can. We closed the gap nicely with Pourchaire already. And he's got to start coming through. There's no reason why he can't get up to P5 here. Even Carlos Sainz, 70% mediums. There's a chance we can be a lot quicker. As look how quick we are on the back of Zhou Guan Yu. Into turn 1. Turn 2. We'll see turn 3 as the overtaking opportunity. And now we push. To the right hand side. It's easy. We're through P7. And that gap is really tumbling out front. 4.4 now is the gap. Stroll, you can see, doing nice work to close it. Pourchaire catching nicely as well. He's got Russell ahead. He's doing green sectors. We don't have a fastest lap at the moment. I think it's time we change that, don't you think? I think we put in one fast lap attack. And we can push fuel. And here we go. Down the straight. We have got cars ahead. They are attacking each other. Can we open up and move somehow and get some great attraction? Yes, we can. Can we move to the left hand side? There's a Ferrari. There's an Aston Martin. They're all here. Can't get through. Stroll might not get the fastest lap here because the Red Bull is holding him up. But DRS down the straight might not be too bad. Let's find out. It's a green middle sector. And this is where he should get towed. And he's going to move to the left. And is he going to get him down the straight? He's going to get pushed to the left. Fantastic racing here. Side by side. And Lance Stroll is in the lead. Doesn't set a fastest lap though. So all that little bit of push.
Back off.
Let's just push. Let's keep pushing. If we can stay ahead of Charles though. And I think we can. I think we've got the pace. We have got the pace. Let's continue pushing and see if we can do another purple first sector. It might not be purple. It might be, it's a yellow. But can this time we get clean air through the middle? Pourchaire's in 6th. Got ahead of Albon. And let's deploy again. What can Stroll do through this middle sector? This is where he started getting held up last time. 11 laps to go. Is it going to be green this time? He's out of battery though. It is purple. But we are going to cut down though. Let's cut it down. We're only 1.8 seconds back. Pourchaire's P6. Stroll's going to go over the line. Not going to set it. We're going to just look after. We'll go again. And here we go. Pourchaire on the back now of Russell. We wanted P5. That was the recovery drive. And this recovery drive is going to make a little bit more sense as we get ahead. That Ferrari just dips its nose ahead. That should mean that we get DRS. Yes, we do. Thank you very much, Ferrari. Whew. P5. I mean, we're not that far away from P4 actually, are we? No, we're not. Stroll is 1.5 seconds behind. We are just eking out power unit, ERS. And it's looking even better. Here is Stroll behind Verstappen. We're going to harvest down the straight. We really want to be attacking next lap if we want to get a fastest lap too. And look at the power that we've got here. And it's not going to matter. We're already going to go through. It's a beautiful move. On harvest. We're going to keep it on harvest because we know he's going to get back at us. We know that's fine. Just look after it a little bit more. Pourchaire's P5 still chasing down P4 with good fuel, good tyres. Stroll just comfortable. I'm trying to save harvest for a fastest lap attempt because at the minute Drogovic has got it, so it's not Red Bull, but every point's going to count. And you look at the tyres, we're 69% each at present. As we now will exit the straight, we'll harvest again, or exit the corner to the straight. Pourchaire's flying. And we are right behind the Red Bull again. Look at the harvesting that we're doing just to try and stay behind. But he is going to catch us out a little bit. Is he going to move ahead? Surely that means we get DRS now. Yes, we do. Time for an attack. We haven't pushed too much in that first corners, but we did get DRS, which will pull us along. So it's going to be a bit of a mashed up attack. But this is our only attack. We've already got it out to a second. We haven't improved in Sector 1. We did do a strong Sector 1 though, remember. And now we've got this gap back to 1.7. And it's increasing rapidly, and there's a yellow flag. Virtual safety car again. And that attack comes to an end. But that does help us on tyres. Who has stacked it? De Vries stacks it this time. Turn 1 again. Being the absolute pain for everybody. And he loses it exactly the same. Nick De Vries out. And we are racing again. Porsche is a go. We are going to just... Well, we got 2.3. I want to just gain some ERS again here. But it's great for Porsche because he is now right behind. He's in DRS range as well of the car ahead, which is Carlos Sainz. We close rapidly, but we stay P5. Surely only a matter of time before we get the job done on him now. Stroll harvesting still all the time too. And we'll go back to standard. We'll keep pushing the fuel because that's all good. Verstappen's closing, but that is because we are harvesting. 1.7 now, 5 laps to go. And we are going to attack. Fastest lap time then for Stroll. And we could probably do it with Porsche as well, really, but he's used a lot more of his energy. So Stroll goes on an attack for a fastest lap. You can see Sainz has just cleared out a little bit ahead. Let's deploy. Let's check out the times for Stroll. Yellow first sector, but it's in sector 2 and 3 where he got held up on his attempt. And he did put in a brilliant sector 1, so that is not out of the question just yet. Where is he? Just coming through the end of sector 2 now. So in about 2 seconds time, around this corner and down the bottom, we will get purple sector. No, we won't. We'll go yellow again. So maybe fastest lap is not going to be on the cards. Maybe just not quite there. 2.83 seconds is the gap though for Verstappen. And we do get the fastest lap. We didn't improve much, but it did on the last sector, and that's where it counts. Back down to standard. Fuel we can push top up as well. We've got to try and get Porsche though ahead. And here goes Porsche. Porsche now 3 laps to go. Stroll might have this wrapped up. We've done a massive win here. Porsche's cost himself, frankly, very annoying. But he's only less than a second behind. 5 tenths. Now 6. Can he keep within a second? We're trying to just top up and then we'll attack. Probably on the last lap to try and rescue P4. But Red Bull are going to take P2 and P3 at the very least. Down the straight we go, catching all the time. 4 tenths now. Might get him even earlier. Fuel is good. Here he comes. Porsche, the man of the moment, comes back through. The man of the moment recovers a little bit. And he's now into P4. So P4. Stroll, absolutely fine, out in front. He's got 1 more lap to do. We can just continue as we go. With Porsche currently now cruising away from Sainz. He's already pulled 1.5 seconds. And a recovery drive from Porsche. He would have gone back after doing this 2-stop. He would have gone back and had to come through anyway. But it's not going to matter because he's going to rescue points. Just going to cost me an extra front wing though. That's the problem. Money. But Stroll, coming down, is going to finish this race in a lovely position. Another win for Lance Stroll. I think that's 4 out of 4. Even with not our strongest parts on the car, we have managed. It was looking at one stage like it was going to be a bit of reality check. We had some VSCs that ended up changing that perception of the race. And already, look, Stroll 6 seconds clear now. Last laps, I mean, he's lapping okay, is Pourchaire, but it looks like he's going to be back to the podium, and we're already going to be able to witness the podium, because I promised you I'd show you this time. And Lance Stroll is going to take victory. 4 out of 4 for Williams. A beautiful win. And Pourchaire is going to come home, and he's going to take P4. Should have been a podium, but he binned it at turn 2. And he comes home to finish 4th. Recovery drive. We will take a recovery drive. But it is podium win for Stroll. He's looking like the championship beast at the moment. Daddy boy Stroll to the front of the grid. Williams, get your hopes up, because we are coming. Oh yes, here we go. Good win though, that was. Very good win. Pretty comfortable in the end actually for Stroll. But there's Leclerc, there's Verstappen, Gulf livery, Williams, Stroll in the middle. A rose between 2 bulls. And Stroll takes victory. Champagne, we're getting used to this, just like Max Verstappen is in real life. It is a win. A quite frank, brilliant win for Stroll. And we do take P1 and P4. He is buzzing. Stroll, we have made him the driver he wanted to be. P1 and a fastest lap, remember. And sprint race win as well. Beautiful. I think it was a sprint race. I'm sure he won the sprint race. Williams, P1, look at that. So Drivers' Championship, first of all. Pourchaire moves down to P3. He's pretty close. Stroll out front on 110. Williams ahead, 178 points. It is looking very, very strong. It's looking very good in the Williams group at the minute. And we've got one, I mean, bad pit stop for Pourchaire because of that front wing change as well. But look at that. Very, very nicely done by our team. Our rivals will get stronger, but until then, we've got to keep up this performance. Get in there. Rear wing complete. We needed a bit of that, and we'll sort the car out. More front wings, especially after he destroyed it. But we'll be back for round 5, and it's going to be a race to hopefully remember again at Miami, where we have been very strong in recent years.